One drug, let's say pharmaceutical testosterone, can have multiple different identities surrounding it. It can be used in so many different settings, whether we're talking about recreational use or performance use or performance enhancement use or health or longevity, anti-aging. There are so many different identities that we attach and associate to it. So I would argue that the lines have always been blurry.
Feels to me that with performance enhancing drugs, SARMs, peptides, nutritional supplements, the line's kind of blurring between what was very clearly before a performance enhancing drug and maybe what was just classified as a health supplement. With that, do you agree, firstly, that that line is blurring? And also, if so, do you think that's a positive thing for your educational piece? Because if more people are aware of these things, does it make them more receptive to information?
Yeah. So it's funny you asked that because I have been trying to write about that for about 2 weeks now. Yeah, and it is, it's really complicated, right? Because there, the blurred line, I would say the lines have always been blurred, especially when we're talking about androgens and testosterone and kind of that umbrella, is that they have been used for health purposes since, I mean, they were first created in the 1930s, synthesized, but they've also been always associated with kind of non-health uses too. They were associated from like vitality and anti-aging from before we even synthesized testosterone. So there's always these dualities, these or multiplicities actually surrounding drugs and how we perceive them. One drug, let's say pharmaceutical testosterone, can have multiple different identities surrounding it. It can be used in so many different settings, whether we're talking about recreational use or performance use or performance enhancement use or health or longevity, anti-aging. There are so many different identities that we attach and associate to it. So I would argue that the lines have always been blurry, that we just have more of a consciousness now surrounding them in the current day, and that it is a conversation that is evolving very, very fast, in my opinion. We don't necessarily see um, as much awareness around it, especially like in the academic literature, is growing. But I would say that on the front lines of social media and YouTube, there are a lot of people that have a lot more to say about it, about the multiplicity, the blurriness, the fuzziness around it. And that I really truly think we're continuing to see that change. It's going to always be evolving, and you're always going to have people that have really strong opinions about like how to identify a drug, classify it, use it, who should be using it, who shouldn't be using it. There is always going to be those stronger rules because of what it is. There's policy surrounding it, there's regulations surrounding it. And so there are hard, fast decisions that have to get made when we look at policy. If policy surrounding drugs didn't exist, I would be a little scared because then all of a sudden, we don't have the same standards for practicing the production of them. We don't have the same standards about prescribing them. We don't have the same standards for the pricing of that people pay for them. So it's not that policy surrounding drugs are bad. They do have to take a hard stance rule at some point, and it's just is that the one that they've taken the right one?